Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, good morning everyone. It's nice to meet you again in online meeting. Uh, I hope you are in a good condition and healthy. Okay, for today, we are going to have a discussion. As usual, we will have one text and then some question related to the text, and you will have an understanding for the meaning for the text and then answer the question. Okay, the topic for today is mathematics is the language of science. Okay, let's check for the text. Okay. Here I have provided a slide, some slide for the text related to mathematics is the language of science. Then you pay attention the way I read and then you try to find out what is the point of each slide and then the point for the whole text of mathematics is the language of science. Okay? Okay, let's start for the slide 1. One of the foremost reasons given for the study of mathematics is to use a common phrase that mathematics is the language of science. This is not meant to imply that mathematics is useful only to those who specialized in science. No, it implies that even a layman must know something about the foundation, the scope, and the basic role played by mathematics in our scientific age. The language of mathematics consists mostly of the signs and symbols, and in a sense, is an unspoken language. There can be no more universal or more simple language. It is the same throughout the civilized world, through the people of each country translate it into their own particular spoken language. For instance, the symbol 5 means the same to a person in England, Spain, Italy, or any other country, but in each country may be called by different spoken word. Some of the best known symbols of mathematics are the numeral 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and the sign of addition plus, subtraction minus, multiplication x, and then division double dots, equality equals, and the letters of the alphabets Greek, Latin, Gothic, and Hebrew. Symbolic language is one of the basic characteristics of modern mathematics, for it determines its true aspect. With the aid of symbolism, mathematicians can make transition in reasoning almost mechanically by the eye and leave their mind free to grasp the fundamental ideas of the subject matter. Just as music uses symbolism for the representation and communication of sounds, so mathematics expresses quantitatively relations and spatial form symbolically. Unlike the common language, which is the product of custom, as well as social and political movements, the language of mathematics is carefully, purposefully, and often ingeniously designed. By virtue of its compactness, it permits a mathematician to work with ideas which, when expressed in terms of common language, are unmanageable. This compactness makes for efficiency of thought. Mathematical language is precise and concise, so that it is often confusing to people unaccustomed to its form. The symbolism used in math language is essential to distinguish meaning often confused in common speech. Math style aims at brevity and formal perfection. Let us suppose we wish to express in general terms the Pythagorean theorem, well familiar to every student through his high school studies. We may say We have a right triangle. If we construct two squares, each having an arm of the triangle as a side, and if we construct a square having a hypotenuse of the triangle for its side, then the area of the third square is equal to the sum of the areas of the first two. But no mathematician expresses himself that way. He prefers the sum of the squares on the sides of the right triangle equals the square on the hypotenuse. In symbols, this may be stated as follows. C2 is equal A2 plus B2. This economy of words make for conciseness of the presentation, and math writing is remarkable because it encompasses much in few words. In the study of mathematics, much time must be devoted, 1. To the expressing of verbally stated fact in math language, that is, in the sign and symbols of mathematics. 2. To the translating of math expression into common language. We use signs and symbols for convenience. In some cases, the symbols are abbreviation of words, but often they have no such relations to the thing they stand for. We cannot say why they stand for what they do. They mean what they do by common agreement or by definition. The students must always remember that the understanding of any subject in mathematics presupposes clear and definite knowledge of what precedes. This is the reason why there is no royal road to mathematics and why the study of mathematics is discouraging to weak minds, those who are not able to master the subject. Yeah, okay, so those are the slides for the text mathematical language. Yeah, you have to understand what does it means. You can go back to each slide and understand for each ideas for each paragraph. Okay, and then here I have provided some question. You have to determine which one is true and you have to correct the false one. Okay, if you think that one statement is incorrect, then you have to fix that by regarding the text. Okay, for number one, symbolic language is one of the main characteristics of modern mathematics, for it determines its true aspect. The language of mathematics consists of signs and symbols. Number three, in the process of studying the mathematics, much attention should be devoted. 1. To the expressing of verbally stated fact in math language. 2. To the translating of math expression into common language. And number 4, like the common language, the language of mathematics is carefully, purposefully, and often ingeniously designed. And number 5, mathematic language is precise and concise, so that it is often confusing to people unaccustomed to its form. Okay, now in the previous slide, you have to check the correctness of the sentence. Yeah, you check from the text and then fix the incorrect one into the correct statement. Okay, for now you have to make the false statement negative and then paraphrase it. I have provided example. For example, the statement is mathematician define the basic terms. Okay, you have to change the sentence into negative. Okay, if you want to change the statement into negative, you can add do not or does not depend on the subject. You still remember about present tense? Okay, in present tense for the singular subject you can put does not. But for the plural subject, you can put do not. Okay, then check the negative and paraphrase it. Paraphrase means you have to construct or change the original statement into your own version. Okay, look at the example here. When the statement is mathematician defined in this basic term, you have to change into negative and then paraphrase. So the result is the mathematic expert do not elaborate that fundamental term. Okay, what is different here? From the statement, we use mathematicians. Mathematician means that someone who are expert in mathematics. Then you change that become mathematic expert. Okay, mathematic expert. Sorry, I miss S here. It should be experts, yeah, experts. The mathematic experts do not hear the negative statement. Okay. Next, elaborate. Elaborate is the other word from define. So you find the synonym. Okay, mathematicians have the synonym mathematic expert. Define has synonym elaborate. Okay, this basic the basic has synonym with fundamental. Okay, so in this case, when you want to paraphrase, it is similar to find the synonym for those or some words in the statement. Okay, so here you try yourself by doing these 5 sentences. Okay, number one, there can be more universal or more simple language. Okay, so you can change universal, yeah, find the similar word for universal, or simple, you can find simple in the other word, okay, the synonym of simple, or if you want to elaborate language, then you can use the elaborations of language, okay? Yeah. Next, symbolic language is the only basic characteristic of modern mathematics. Okay, from here you can find which word that you can find the similar meaning, okay, or the synonym. Next, the language of mathematics is randomly designed. Don't forget, you have to change negative one, okay? Next, the sum of the square on the side of the right triangle equals to the cube of the hypotenuse. And number 5, in the study of mathematics, much time must be devoted to the learning of multiplication table. Okay, remember, change that into negative and paraphrase by making some words in other similar meaning. Okay, next, you also have to match the term with their meaning. Yeah, for number 1, science. Which one is the meaning? Whether A, B, C, D, or E. Okay, the same with multiplication, symbol, triangle, and theorem. I have provided the meaning like process of multiplying. So you have to find out which term is it. And then a mark of character used as conventional representation of an object. And then a figure of 3 straight sides and 3 angles. And then a general proposition, not self-evident but proved by a change of reasoning. And then next, archaic knowledge of any kind. Yeah. Okay, the last exercise, you find the Bahasa Indonesia equivalent of this word. This is the easiest one. You have to find the Bahasa Indonesia versions of each terms, okay? For reason, what is the meaning in Bahasa Indonesia, and then imply, scope, aim, square, equal, encompasses, precise, and concise. Okay, so those are your activity today. You can do it now for one semester, one meeting activity. It means that 2 SKS, yeah, or 2 credits means that 100 minutes you can do all the exercise here, but the discussion we will do it next week. Okay, before we go to the next explanation, we discuss about the result of your exercise. Okay, so that's all for today. Please pay attention on the text and then the way I give example for each exercise, and then I hope you can do it easily. You can open your dictionary, but please don't directly what is it, translate all the text in Google Translate. Yeah, so it's better for you to find one by one meaning in the text, so you can help yourself to give a stronger memory of the process of translating. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching my video. See you next week and stay healthy and stay happy. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.